Hello and welcome to the Roy Rogers News Channel. Thank you so much for watching. And you are watching the winter update on PokeMMO. So there we go. The very first raid you can fight is Glaceon. So let's go ahead and get that Glaceon here. And then we're going to go ahead and read the update log. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what happens when you defeat Glaceon here. Okay. Glaceon's going to be subdued, and then we're going to go ahead and put it in a ball, and then we're going to read the update log. And just like last year's winter event, you get the Happy Holidays from PokeMMO. Wild Encounters have a plus 15% chance to be shiny for the rest of the event. Stacks with shiny rate bonus modifiers, 14 days and 15 hours. I don't usually like to move the Pokeball because I don't like to show how much money I have, but I'm going to make a rare exemption here for the sake of documentation. So I'm going to go ahead and put that picture there for you, so feel free to see that. There you go. And now we're going to go ahead and read the update log. Xmas 2024. Lost presents have been scattered all over the world. Recover them and return them to Santa for special prizes, but beware of mimics. Alrighty. Collect them for a chance to befriend Santa's Alpha Delibird and other special friends. Santa's favorite workshop helpers have escaped and are swarming the world. Keep an eye out for all the holiday swarms featuring rare species. Capture them and return them to the nearby Elfbots to receive mysterious balls with higher than normal shiny rate chances. Alrighty. Holiday magic, as you've seen in the beginning of this video, in the air increases the base shiny rate of wild encounters by plus 15% for this event. This effect stacks with normal shiny charms and donor status. This bonus does not affect monsters captured through non-wild means, e.g. monsters hatched through eggs, purchased from marts, received from fossils, obtained through mysterious balls, or Shedinja. Raid dens have become active for this event. Challenge to defeat all 12 of the Xmas raids before the event ends to gather wish tags and make your wishes come true. PokeMMO's holiday special will end on January 8th, 2025 when the in-game timer for the holiday charm is completed. Players will have 3 days to turn in any remaining lost presents. This is what happens when we defeat the Glaceon raid, as we've done in the beginning of this video. You get something called a PokeMMO's wish tag and collect all 12, and then you can be able to get whatever legendary it is. It might be Jirikachi. Not sure on that. Might be Jirikachi. Alrighty, folks, let's go ahead and go into the Stark Mountain raid, shall we? Alrighty, folks, we are over here in Stark Mountain. The reason why we are here is because of Heatran. In fact, we're going to go ahead and spectate a fight here. So, there we go. Here's what the Heatran fight is going to look like. Now, I don't know whether or not this Heatran is going to be summoning orb or not, but regardless, here's what a fight is going to look like. I don't have a link at the moment, so I can't really show you too much. But you can go ahead and see what a fight looks like. So, there we go. As you can see here, Heatran is going to be quite a formidable opponent. Yeah, there we go. Heatran has Solar Beam there. Stark Mountain Raid. A permanent legendary raid has been spotted in Stark Mountain, where we're at right now. Alrighty. This extremely powerful raid is only available to players who have unlocked Mount Silver. This raid is available for groups of 4. No matchmaking is available for this raid boss. Alrighty, so you're going to need 3 extra friends you can bring that can have access to Mount Silver. Hey, this is Best Friends in the control room here on the Roy Rogers channel. Just want to let you know that there are a few more qualifications to the Heatran raid that has not been listed in the update log. So I would like to note that not only do you need to have access to Mount Silver, but you also need to have 4 Pokemon in your team that you have caught or bred yourself with your personal OT. So that is a requirement for Pokemon, and also the item clause still applies. So make sure you vary up the items. I just wanted to let you all know about the qualifications for the Heatran raid. I wish you well with that. Alrighty, and now let's go ahead and go into the features, shall we? Alrighty, folks, let's go and talk about the features, shall we? So there are added markings to the PC search menu, and also there are new items that are now available for the Battle Point shop. And let's go and talk about all the competitive items. Now, as time of this taping, we do not have reinforced boots. However, from what I see from the description here, it looks like that reinforced boots works just like in the original games, in that you can prevent damage from stealth rock or spikes. And as for the other items, well, let's go ahead and cut to the game, shall we? And I'll show you how much each are in terms of battle points. So we have the punching gloves. So if you have any Iron Fist Pokemon, you might want to have that Pokemon hold this punching gloves thing. Held item, which increases the power of punching moves by 10% and prevents contact with targets when using punching moves. Alrighty, so there we go. And then we have the Covert Mantle, a held item which prevents additional effects of foes damaging moves, which is right next to the punching gloves there, so feel free to take a look at that. And then we have the Loaded Dice. Alrighty, I'm sure that a lot of Pokemon that don't have the skill link ability are probably going to love the Loaded Dice. I'm looking at you, Breloom. And what does this Loaded Dice item do? A held item which increases the minimum amount of hits of multi-strike moves to 4. If possible, if the maximum hits of a move is less than 4, it will always hit the maximum amount of times. Alright, and as you can see here, you can go ahead and get it for the price of 4,800 battle points at the time of this taping. And then we have the safety goggles. And what does that do? It's a held item which protects against powder moves, spore, and sandstorm. So if you're hunting for the Hoppip and Skiploom, you might want to have your catcher hold the safety goggles, so that way you can be able to have rage powder not work. So there you go, that's especially useful for Hoppip and Skiploom type situations, particularly in Memorial Pillar. And then we have the protective pads. And what does this do? Well, that's a good question. It is a held item which prevents contact with a foe while attacking, so that's pretty good. And then we have the type policy. So what does that do? A held item which, when the holder is hit by a super effective move, increases attack and special attack by +2 sages, consumed upon use. Alrighty, so use that item carefully. And same can be said about the throat spray. Alrighty, a held item which increases special attack by 1 stage when a sound-based move is used. Consume upon use. You're not staying at the Hilton Hotel, you are playing PokeMMO. The reason why I say that is because there's a new item called Room Service. And what does this do? A held item which decreases the speed by 1 stage when Trick Room becomes active, consumed upon use. Now, the Snowball, what does that do? A held item which increases attack when the holder is hit by an ice-type move, is consumed upon use. Now, how about the Glowing Moss? What does that do? Alrighty. A held item which increases special defense when the holder is hit by a water-type move, consumed upon use. Alrighty. So we discussed most of the battle point items, and you got to see their prices, which is why I'm here over at the gear station. And now let's go ahead and talk about the gift shop, shall we? The red and teal Wishmaker robes are now available in the gift shop exclusively for Xmas 2024. And you get to see the animations there. In fact, let me go ahead and cut to PokeMMO, and I'll show you what it looks like in the gift shop. So there it is. You get to see it here. 15 United States dollars as time of this taping. So 100 reward points is equivalent to 1 United States dollar. You can get either the teal or red Wishmaker. Now, you can also get the purple Christmas sleigh. Alright, so this is what that looks like. Just in case you're sick and tired of going on the red one, now you can have a purple one. And this will be a seasonal, so you can be able to get it if you don't get it right now. Make sure you can get those red and teal Wishmaker robes if you want that, because that is limited and you'll never see that again. I mean, you can see it again, but it's going to be in the player base market. Other winter-themed seasonal items have returned for the remainder of this event. Alright, let's go and talk about the balancing, shall we? Item Magnet Charms now affect the frequency in which wild encounters will hold items. Previously, this charm only affected pickup frequency. Held items are now more common in horde battles. Rivalry now always applies its 1.25 times damage boost when used against raid bosses and their allies. Captivate no longer checks gender when used against raid bosses and their allies. Dream Ball now increases its effectiveness for every elapsed sleep turn. Previously, Dream Ball's 4x boost will only apply if the target was asleep for 3 turns. Now, Dream Ball increases its effectiveness by 1 times, 1.5 times, 2.5 times, and 4 times depending on how long the target has been asleep. Sweet Scent has now reduced the target's evasion by 2 stages. Headbutt trees have more frequent wild encounters and are repopulated more frequently. Alrighty, let's go ahead and dive into the bug fixes, shall we? Fixed box ID shown when reviving fossils. Fix an issue where incorrect lighting would be applied for characters in some Sinnoh maps. The town map can once again be closed via its hotbar hotkey. When events end, event-restricted items being offered via auctions are now automatically canceled. Fix an issue where players could select certain actions for co-op teammates. Fix an issue where if teleport attempted to switch into the caster's battle slot, it would freeze the battle. Team logs now show rank changes. Fix an issue where in horde battles, pickup would proc at much lower rate than intended. Fix an issue where pickup would interfere with phenomena drops, mysterious gem clusters. Fixed pickup's end of battle messaging. Summonal monsters can no longer be manually despawned if the only other monsters in the party are eggs. Fix an issue where if a stat stage was reduced by a held item, e.g. through contrary, an incorrect message would play. Fix an issue where sheer force would apply to the following move types: bind, wrap, fire spin, clamp, skull bash, whirlpool, sand tomb, fling, magma storm, smackdown, and frost breath. Fix an issue where trace could apply swap-in effects of abilities even if it failed to copy the ability. Summonable legendaries are no longer shown in search UIs. Fixed various issues with Uproar. Uproar now properly fails to cast if the target is type immune. If Uproar targets a foe but fails to execute, Uproar is now cancelled. Fix an issue where when Mud Sport or Water Sport ended, no message would be played. Fix Conversion 2's type change effect being set on non-damaging moves. When stat drops are reversed by the alpha or raid bosses, the result stat boost will no longer exceed +0. Fixed an issue where Saffron City's name would show as the region name in the town map. Linux. Fixed an issue where the Wayland compositor could be selected where it was not actually available. Minimum string timings are now more accurately calculated in scripts and battles. The breeding UI's layout has been updated and its compatibility with keyboard controls have been improved. Oh, okay, we can go ahead and take a look at that after we're done reading this. Fix an issue where the client may stutter when starting a battle for the first time after app initialization. Fix an issue where girls couldn't fly to Littleroot. This bug is sexist. Fixed various layering issues in character vanity items. There we go. Look at that. There's the new breeding UI. In fact, I'll go ahead and look at the wild captures here so that way you can go ahead and demonstrate this in real time. So let's just say that we want to put that in breeding slot 1 and breeding slot 2. Alrighty, I like this because you can have the box there, you can have the breeding slot there. Go ahead and do the controls. Female there, and you can pick the ball. And yeah, this is pretty good. I like this. So there we go. And you can you can even change the hell item. That's nice. Look at that. You can actually change the hell. Wow. Alrighty, we're seeing stuff in real time. Wow. Alrighty. I like this. This is great. Wow. Ooh. Thank you to the PokeMMO developers. You all have really done well in this update. Alrighty, so now let's go ahead and talk about the changes. macOS. The minimum compatible version of macOS has been increased to 10.15.7. The minimum quote-unquote support version of macOS remains at macOS 12. Linux. Wayland is now the default compositor where available. Snapcraft, Flatpak, and macOS. When PokeMMO is initialized by an official wrapper application, updates are now always managed by said wrapper. Many theme overlay changes, Voku documented those. Alrighty. Sprite mods can now apply to gendered species. Many changes to improve theme mods have occurred. See the following topic for more information. So I'll go ahead and click that. And yeah, there are all the changes there. I'm not going to really go into it too much. There we go. Perfect. Hopefully it didn't go too fast. And I can link the sound description below. Follow Me, Rage Powder, Dry Skin, and Solar Power have temporarily been disabled due to bugs. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and sign off for now. This is actually a really great update. I love this. I can see why people are there. Alright, anyways, this is the Warrior channel. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to the channel, like and place you here. And this is the Warrior channel signing off. And hopefully you all are enjoying the event so far. Fast, accurate, unbiased Roy Rogers News.